Harvey Daniels. He's with Sotheby's International Realty. He's in the Dade, Broward County in Florida. And his role, he works closely with One Sotheby's developer clients from concept to launch sellout. He has more than 23 years experience in the business and has successfully expanded the reach of One Sotheby's in the Miami market and worked with some of the most prominent developers, bringing them to the market. His negotiating skills, diplomacy, nuance, and tact are prime components of his sales expertise and success. Harvey, so great to meet you. How are you?
Thank you so much for having me.
We're so excited. But I'd love for you to share a couple that are kind of famous who might have bought something from you, maybe just in the last few months. If you can start off with that, I think that's the best way to come up with a big bag.
I was actually already planning to do that, but
yes.
We sold to David Beckham, the Beckham family. David and Victoria purchased one of our the top floor penthouse in the building. It was very exciting. They closed at 19.8 million. We made the sale. It's closed. It's public record. So we're really excited. And couples at that level and buyers at that level, really, I mean, they can buy anywhere they want. They've seen everything, and they really chose our building. And there's a lot of reasons why, and I'll take everybody through that. The building is just exceptional. It really exceeded expectations. Just really quick, just to let everybody know, I've been in the business for about 20 years. I've sold I've stuck to the very high-end luxury market in what I've done my whole career. I've sold a lot of buildings on paper, and then they get built and you finish it. And a lot of times over the years with developers, depends who you're working with, sometimes the delivery isn't as good as it is on paper, and the expectations, et cetera. But these guys have delivered. 1000 Museum has exceeded all expectations, and proof in that is because we're now over 80% sold, which is also public record. And especially even during the COVID situation, which was really started in February, and we have closed new sales from February over $100 million in new sales, and we continue.
And to our audience, Harvey, that are listening right now, I think it was like only weeks ago, you were 70% sold. Now you're 80. So everybody that's listening to this, and everybody's who's gonna watch the recording on Facebook Live later, get hold of Harvey before they're sold out. Right? You're at that stage where you're just in the last few units of your inventory.
Yeah, we have a handful of units left, and honestly, every week we've been busier and busier, which is great. But the inventory is shrinking, which is a good thing for us. Yeah. But we're very pleased, just really, really pleased with the building. So if you'd like, I can actually share my screen. Let's see, okay, there we go. So just to give everybody an idea, look, obviously visually, the building architecturally, it gets the most attention of any building in the city. Which we're very proud about. For those of you that are not familiar with this is Zaha Hadid, who is the late architect. She passed away about 3.5 years ago. Sadly, did not get to see it completed, which was a very, very sad thing for us. However, we're very pleased that it is built and it's finished. I think it's incredible for the city of Miami that we have a Zaha Hadid building, which is great. And it's certainly, again, it gets the most attention just because it's architecturally stunning, particularly compared to buildings that you see. Zaha Hadid is one of the greatest architectural minds of our time. The shot to the right that you're looking at is actually, that shows the helipad. We're actually the only residential building that has a helipad in South Florida. It took a long time. For a lot of developers have tried to get a helipad. They couldn't get it approved. We actually got it approved. So that was very, very exciting. We've actually sold to a lot of buyers because of the helipad, which has been a big help for us. So as we go through it a little bit, again, obviously some of you are familiar with, maybe or not, with Zaha Hadid, the architect. She was a really, really neat lady. I got to know her personally, which was really, really special to be able to do that. But she has done projects all over, Miami, London, Abu Dhabi, Rome, Seoul, Copenhagen, Beijing. I mean, she's been all over the world. There's a new Tauschen book just came out last year of all her work that we've actually been giving it as gifts to some of the owners, which has been really very special. But again, it's really great that we have this type of architecture in Miami. The building is, I like to call a boutique skyscraper. There are only 84 units in the building. That's it. So a lot of people look at the building and they think, wow, it's got all these units. It's not. It's a very boutique building. It's only 84 units on 62 stories. So it's what we always, again, like what we like to call a boutique skyscraper. The nice part about it also is because it only has 84 units, they're all large units. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of buildings that are 60 stories or skyscrapers, if you will, particularly in the city, are composed of, hundreds of units that have 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, etc. We don't have any of that. They're all 4,600 square feet to 10,000 square feet. So there are no small units.
Number of units you have on a given floor plan?
I'm sorry?
What's the most number of units you would have on a given floor?
2.
Okay.
So there's either 2 per floor or 1 per floor. That's it. Which really makes it, really unique. It's also, I think, the most global building that I've ever seen. When I say that, what I mean is we have the most buyers from all over the world of any buyer of any building that I've seen. I mean, we have buyers from all over Asia. We have buyers from Europe. We have buyers from Abu Dhabi, London, all over the United States. Now, the last years, particularly the last 8 months, have been mainly domestic sales. We do have, we had a big Brazilian market. We have big Mexico City has been big for us. So it's a very, very global building, which is great. This is an image that you're looking at of the lobby. It has typical Zaha Hadid design. It's clean lines. If any of you are ever in the city and want to come and see the building, please call me, because seeing it is not like seeing it in pictures. It's breathtaking.
And Harvey, just to confirm, it is fully completed. Like, do you actually have people who have taken occupancy as well?
Yeah, the building we have closed already. Over 80% of the units are closed. Right. So okay. We have, the building is, there's many residents living in the building. It's fully operational. And that's been obviously a big plus. I think that was one of the main reasons why I think we've been getting so much sales traction, is because it's finished, it's done. And when you walk into something, there's nothing like walking into something and seeing the quality and what is delivered and the finishes and the attention to detail, everything. It's really incredible. And again, I welcome all of you to please, call me and email me, and I'd love to take you in. But this shows you kind of a picture of the lobby, which is really beautiful. This is an image of one of the furnished models that we sold for $6 million about five months ago. This shows you one of the terraces of the half floor unit. This was we actually had several, what we did was, when the building finished, we hired, we worked with about 8 or 9 very famous design firms, such as Artefacto, B&B Italia, Roche-Bobois, Meridiani, Luxury Living Group, Murata. This one that you're looking at is done by Murata. They're a design team out of Italy. They have a showroom in the design district. They did a beautiful job. They did another one also that we just sold, but the units are really incredible. The terraces are really wide. They're 11 feet by 50 feet deep. So they're really, really quite beautiful. It's also extremely private. This shows you another interior of a living room. This was done by Artefacto. Actually, this was one of the same designers who did One Hotel and Homes. But you can really get an idea of the views here and just the whole viewscape. When you walk in, you have this incredible 50-foot living room. I think what's very special too about the building compared to a lot of other units is our views. What's nice about them is the daytime view is exceptional. The nighttime view is exceptional. It's completely unobstructed. It will never be built upon. Right in front of us is Museum Park and the Arts and Science Museum directly in front of us. So you have this 36-acre park that will never be built on. So our views are forever protected. And I think that, buyers are really like the fact that, Miami's constantly growing and there's a lot going on in development. I mean, I'm listening to everybody talking, and I value what everyone said on today, because I think it's terrific, but there's a lot of building going on, and a lot of views get obstructed and things change especially when you're in an urban environment, not here. So our east views are going to be forever protected, which is really great. This is one of our penthouses. This is, and I'll explain as we go through the building, but this is one of the larger units on levels 50 through 59, which the Beckhams bought the 59th floor. They're all one level. You have 1 unit per floor. They're 10,000 square feet. They have 12-foot ceilings. They have 360-degree views. This is one of these units. I actually God willing, I hope it goes. I just put this unit under contract today, so we had a good day. This is a beautiful unit. This is asking $18.8 million. And this was furnished by Luxury Living Group. So it was a beautiful, beautiful unit. 10,000 square feet with 12-foot ceilings. This kind of just gives you an idea of the living room. But besides the units, which are just exceptional, and I'm gonna be brief because I could go on and on and on, and I don't want to do that.
We've probably got about another 3 or 4 minutes. If
you got it. Try to edit it. The amenities of what these guys have built is far superior to what you see in any luxury building in the city. It's just what they've done. They have, the staff was all trained by Forbes. They brought them on, they hired them almost a year before the building opened. They had to go through a rigorous training plan really for them to learn and just to actually go through a whole Forbes rated training, which is great. They have a curator of hospitality. They have a director of culinary who comes in and does happy hours with tapas and wine tasting every night in the Aquatic Center and the Sky Lounge, which I'll take you to. It's really unbelievable. We have our own beach club south of 5th. We have a fleet of custom cars that were all built out, Escalades with cars and drivers that pick up our residents from airports, take them shopping, take them to the beach club, whatever they want. So they have access to all that. But it's really, really incredible. Oops, here we go. So of course, on the second level, they have the spas. Everything is really built out. You feel like you're in your home because there's only 84 residents. So the culture of the building is like being in a single family home, which is great. The gyms, the spas, everything is just really beautiful and very large. So it feels very private. There's a cinema room in the Sky Lounge, which is great. Like I mentioned, we have our own beach club, which is incredible. So we do offer that. This is the coolest part of the building. Level 60 and 61, which is the top of the building, instead of putting, a $65 million penthouse, which they could have done, what they did was they made a common area for the building. So you have a Sky Lounge and an Aquatic Center, which with a 65-foot infinity edge lap pool and a bar that's all staffed. It's really quite beautiful. This gives you an idea of what it looks like. And you can see kind of on the left, that curved ceiling. It's an art installation that Zaha Hadid designed that's metallic. So as the sun sets and rises, it changes with colors. I mean, it's really quite incredible. So again, seeing is really, you really get it when you see it. So I invite all of you to please come and see it. This shows you this is the stairway that goes up to the Aquatic Center where you have your own pool. There's also, of course, an outdoor pool on level 8 and 9. So you have an array of amenities and everything, for the building. This gives you just some other visuals with views that just surrounds it. The floor plans I'm not really going to get into, but just very quickly, what's great about the floor plans is that the exoskeleton, which is the structure of the building, has these beautiful curves. And everybody asks, oh, well, how was it built? And how was it built? Well, there was a documentary called Impossible Builds that came out on CBS. It's an incredible story. You should watch it. I have the link. I'll be happy to send it to you or anyone who wants to. But what's nice about it,
great. We can get that particular asset for our website as well, just so, because that's very interesting architecture.
It's amazing. Yeah, you've got to see it. It's really unbelievable. But what's great about the building compared to other buildings, the way a lot of other architects build is they put these columns inside. So you have a living room and then you've got this column inside. Here, all of the columns, if you would, are pushed to the outside. So you have these amazing open spaces throughout.
And the curve, it appears as well, right?
It's exquisite. The way that they did the curve, it's all on the outside of the building. So it doesn't affect the interior floor plans. They're really quite beautiful. And then this shows you the half floors, and this kind of shows you some other half floors as you go up. And then this is the full floor. So this is like what David Beckham bought. This shows you kind of his floor plan, which is really beautiful. It's incredible. You walk into the apartment, I have units available. I have 3 left. They're priced from 18.9 million up to 22 million. And when you walk in, it doesn't feel like an $18 million apartment. It feels like a $50 million apartment. I mean, they're really magnificent.
Oh, and by the way, to all our audience listening, that is a really big commission payout.
It is. Yeah, we've done very, very well. A lot of the brokers who've sold just keep on selling with us because it's really great. But again, I thank you for your time today.
It's been great, Harvey. Thank you. So what we got to do, Harvey, too, is I'll talk to you offline, but we got to get all these assets from you so we can get them on our website and really start pushing this out. Okay.
My pleasure.